Hey everyone. My outfit today is kind of paying well, paying respect to Ukraine because it's there's still something going on there. We don't know if they will have healing and recovery. But I wanted just to take a quick video because, well, there are people who say, like, I was reading a few days or a few years ago, like back when I was working as a working girl, like in a bank for a few years, and they said, like, if you get a new job, you get promoted, they interview you on TV for the first time, and you have to prepare and prepare for days in advance and ahead. But that's not how real life is. Like, you have to stay at any time they ask you. So I thought I'd like just repeat and repeat, like, some like key facts and figures, and nobody will press the camera button. So I'm just gonna say it all by myself. Which is well, let's repeat what we've said. First of all, 3 points. One is a new one. This Friday, Emilio Pucci is going to do a first of its kind show in Capri, Italy. Designer is the new one, Camille Micheli. I think she used to be in LV accessories. So that's the first point. Second point is, if you're right there, you can just go on My Teresa and buy it right away. And third is they are, well, sort of coming back by doing resort wear. And I have a dress I got a few years ago. It's kind of like this with prints and like bright yellow, very kind of, well, I guess yesterday Tim Gunn said it's between spring, summer, and fall, winter. That's resort. So I thought that's one thing worth announcing. I don't know if there's a live stream. Well, second point is correction. Last time I talked in Pretend Public, I said that the May 19th show, May 19th, that is Dior Men's. And I said that would be in San Diego, and it's not. It is in California, but it is in LA. And I said that the first time I recorded it because that's the same city where Alexander Wang did his show, and that was last week, April 19th. So May 19th, same date, a month away, is Dior Men's. That's going to be in LA once again. But the third point, and I think it's pretty doable to at least always have 3 things to say. So the third point I would make is one new one right in the middle, which is well, there's one this Friday, and then there's May 19th, and I'm going to talk about, I think there's one May 12th. May 12th, that is LV itself, the brand LV, doing a cruise show, and that indeed is in San Diego. And the first time I read that, it made me think that everything in California was called San Diego, but of course you just watch your video after you do it, and well, you pick up the mistake right away. So yes, those were the 3 points I wanted to make. This Friday, Emilio Pucci in Capri, Italy. Second is a correction about the May 19th show, and third is May 12th, that is LV in San Diego, and that is the cruise collection. It would probably be, I think, Nicolas Ghesquière as usual, but you have to go and check the announcements for yourself. Um, there are people who say if you practice your lines, oh, and I like my dress, so she stand further, but he won't hold the camera. If you practice your lines over and over before you go on and say it, it makes you a better presenter, but it doesn't, because at any moment someone could come up to you and you have to say the most important things you want the people to know. The person who bumps into you on the street will only pass you by that one chance. And so you have to grab that person and say exactly what you want to say to her face that you couldn't say otherwise. And in the same way, if somebody wants you to know, if somebody wants to ask you what's going on, and you don't answer them right away, and you say, "Oh, I need 2 days to prepare my lines, and I'm gonna go backstage, and calm down for an hour and rehearse everything." It's like how the bankers do it. Like where I worked at Goldman Sachs before, and there was this one guy. He got promoted to head of sales, or chief like operator or what. There's a random.
Okay.
And he said he was like over 50 or bald head, and he'd never been on Bloomberg or something before, and he had to practice his lines, and he was feeling all nervous, and then you're not suitable for head of sales or that kind of a job. I'm really strong at performance. I didn't get into Harvard with my grades. My dad's shown my grades transcript to lots of people. But I guess having grown up as a concert pianist and being really good at communicating and presenting and being on stage, and I also speak very good English. That is more important. It's you can get in with your hands or you can get in with your feet. But if you want to, like that guy at Goldman, with a bald head, he's head of sales, but he's not presenting himself, and he's never been on stage until he was 50, and then he got nervous and had to practice his line for an hour just for what? Bloomberg, CNBC, that's pretty ridiculous. I grew up in a setting where, like, for example, my piano teacher has 5 jobs. He's also one of the world's most famous professors, but also happens to be a concert pianist, which I will never be. But he's one of the most legendary lecturers, entertainers. He goes on stage and presents classes and lectures to everybody almost every single day. Then he goes and plays piano, and then he has like 3 or 5 other jobs, and if you have to go practicing your lines for a whole hour before every single time you go up to someone and say what you want to say, then that's pretty pathetic. So it's good to go practice your key facts and figures. Let it run through in your head. Start at one spot that whether you've done it or not. And I guess just because I come from a very, very showbiz, I'm just a very, very, come from a showbiz background. Not like actors and actresses in movies or TV shows. They, the director will shoot through the camera. You can forget your lines, and then they'll just do a retake. It's a stage career. It's like theater. It's like that kind of thing. And I always get every job I wanted in school because I'm good at interviews. So it's not like being a movie actor. It's more like being a theater actor. But it's also a little bit like spontaneous, and because you never know when someone might come up to you and ask you what are the three key facts, and then if you're able to do it again, it means you don't worry about it. I can do it again. It's Emilio Pucci. He's showing up. The brand is showing up this Friday. This Friday. That is 1 day before the 30th. So that's 29th. You think as you go. And then the three key facts about that. The first newest showing the first designer for the newest designer of the brand for the first time, Camilla Michele. And she used to be at LV Accessories. Repeat for the second time again. They will be doing Return to the Resort Wear. Repeat for the third time again. It's going to the My Teresa online platform. You can go buy it at the same time. Repeat the next point, which is that the Dior Men's show coming up May 19th. It should be in LA. But the one before that, that is LV itself. That is May 12th. May 12th, that is in San Diego. That's LV. That's the cruise collection. And let's repeat another point we've talked about before. Repeat and repeat. If you can do this, it's about your hands, not your feet. 30th of April, that's this week. Dior, not only men's, but Dior focused on women's, showing up at a women's university in South Korea, doing an encore, showing again of what they did last December as a repeat. Last December they did a pre-fall show, doing it again this week, April 30th, in South Korea, located at a women's university, promoting women's education there. And we can also talk about extra points. If there's extra time, go for it. It's only 11 minutes, 30 something. It's the hands, not your feet. It's your hands, and it's your communication, your presentation, and your social relational skills. One of my two parents has a PhD in physics, but you never see him on the Financial Times. He just he's on every glossy magazine, since his 30s and 20s, and he smokes a cigar, and he was a pot smoker in the 60s. That's how people work. It's the hands, not the feet. But we can talk about more coming up. First Monday of May, Met Gala. I'm putting in my time. My parents really want to know how far I can go, if I really am what they think I am. And if I am, and I'm a good kid, and I don't spend my pocket money like crazy, they might give me my credit card back, which I used to have before. They gave me an Amex Platinum or Gold card through my teens and 20s. Then they cut it off, and they should give that back to me. But Met Gala coming up, most important is that they let you go. My parents let me go to the shows. I'm putting in my time now. I'm just sitting at home watching on the computer. It feels very sad. I want to go with all my friends. So Met Gala, first Monday of May. You can see the live stream on both Vogue and WD. I think it's about some kind of a gilded and also the American theme, but I think this is a nice outfit to go if it's like the first time. If it's like the first time, or it should be more shiny. But this is representing, not representing, but like respecting the Ukrainians. But this is the Zadig Voltaire skirt, which I really, really like. And then the top is from Zara, which I talked about before, just paired with like a bunch of belts, which were inspired by like a $10,000 belt I saw on Farfetch, designed by Alexandre Vautier. But anyways, last and final point, next week not only is the Met Gala Monday, but also May 4th, hosted by Imran Ahmed, Business of Fashion, event in New York that discusses both two things, which are fashion and technology. And we'll say that again and again and again and again and again, because show business is what we do. You can't sell clothes without doing a show. You can't help your parents without being able to show at any time, any which way, of any day, in front of anybody. The other day I ran into a lady on the streets, and she used to be the landlady of my apartment, but then she evicted us because I was playing piano very loudly. Like everybody, nowadays you wear a mask when you see people, and if you don't which means if you see someone in a mask and you don't really know each other well, you can just pass each other by. Whereas if you see a good friend, then you can actually say hi and invite them over to your place. But even if you see a stranger or someone on the streets, that is the only chance you have to grab them and tell them what you want them to know. Um, so at any moment, I don't know. People say there are lots of people like who try fashion and then they don't make it and they go back to the bank, um, which is kind of for me. Well, I made it in the bank as well, but if you could make it in fashion, then it's better. It's more fun. It's big business. Lots of things going on. Banks are very important. Banks are very, very important. My parents also love a couple of banks. But investment banks, the people in the middle, they don't hold your money. It's not like walking into Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. They have branches and your debit card, your ATM. Not these types of banks, but kind of like the financial companies who just help big companies do like admin work. When you decide you want to buy something, you tell them to put the numbers on a piece of paper. That if you make it in fashion, then you don't normally go back there. But it's all about show because the clothes are sold on show and everything is show. So I'm very, very happy that I grew up really not really studying but always preparing for show, like show after show, interview after interview. It's about show business. It's about picking up your chances, and there's no time to practice your lines and worry about it for hours and hours before the actual show. There's no time for that because the job is the show, not showing sometimes, but all about the show is the job. Um, and you kind of like, if you worry backstage like a little girl, because you got an interview on Bloomberg, that's maybe you did well in school, but without the arms, without the arms and you walk around on your feet, then you do the paperwork, do the execution, you put all the photos together, put them in the file and make sure you don't confuse yourself. You tell people what you actually think, and it's very hard for you to put on a mask and say you're whatever your boss wants you to be at that very moment. So I feel I'm on the right track, but I want my parents to know that I'm suffering right now because normally I would have a little more pocket money. Um, they haven't reinstated my Amex card since they cut it off. Um, and I've never really misbehaved in my life. And I would like to go and see some shows or, just be around people after the pandemic. Um, but yeah, this is totally authentic. Everything is as it always was. So what's going on for me this week? Yesterday, the day before was the 24th. That's when my pocket money comes in. So I, start to put my budget on what I can spend. I went on Cult Beauty to buy my beauty supplies. Yesterday I went online and tried this very, very good and very cheap, nice fashion store shop cider. Should be arriving in a week or so, and see how that works. Sometimes you get ads off Facebook and then you try it and they never deliver. So you buy a little first and see what's gonna happen. What else going on for me? For me this week, I tried going for a jog for the first time in 2 years because I need to go kind of on a diet, for my standards. So I'm always still bikini ready, but just to be a little tighter and everything. And I think maybe I can only manage one job per week or something at this point. What else is there to say? Going on this week, not much, just a physiotherapy session with Dr. Tay, but nobody's surprised because like my parents could have gotten me into Harvard with a donation, but they didn't have to, and I didn't really get good grades in high school, so there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason for it, which people in my high school are very familiar with because it's about being competitive, winning a fight. Um, it's about competition. It's about rivalry, which people from my high school are very, very familiar about. When it comes to me, there's nothing peaceful about Rachel, and that's a legendary fact known about me in high school. But things are getting very, very honest. Well, I've always been honest through the pandemic, but I guess it's getting even more and more honest, which makes the honest people. Oh, well, there's one new thing I can talk about. I've been following the Christian sermons of Streams of Joy and SPPD. They're sort of based all over the world, and I'm not Christian, but I just believe in God. I think it's very mainstream. A lot of people believe in Christianity, and it's we'll see how things go in Ukraine. I think if you were quiet for a few moments, but you were originally pretty out there, pretty cool, then you go back to being yourself. But if you've really always been kind of quiet, you're not into the show, you're not really good with the people, and everybody says so, then once everybody points that out about you, you can't go back to original because that is who you are. Yeah, I mean, I never thought there were issues about me like talking nonstop all day long all the time, because that is what I did best. But I guess with the pandemic and you sit at home more, it makes people worry a little. So it's good to get yourself out there and make all your friends and all your family feel completely secure and completely fine. That it's it's the way it is. You never. It's all you. I just, it's what I think. I think it's in most things it's the hands, as in it's the social and relational and the show business. It's not really the feet. It's not really the feet. So, anyways, I've talked for now like 23 minutes. So, unfortunately, it means I have to probably stop. I want to put it on Instagram, so I have to make it shorter. But I'm very able to make it short. So I just want to show my outfit one more time. This is my Gothic skirt. This is from Zara, and then these are belts I got off Amazon, but they are inspired by the Alexandre Vautier $10,000 belt that I saw on Farfetch. I'm not going to make big purchases during the pandemic. I don't want my parents to think I'm crazy. I want them to be very assured that even though they're getting very old, that after they die, hopefully I'll be okay. And of course I have a sister, so I feel very secure. But, well, there's now a 23,000 Hong Kong dollars, so there's a $3,000 Lady Dior two-way carriage bag off Farfetch, and it's available for sale, and it's a second hand. But it looks very beautiful, and I'm wondering maybe I could get it before Christmas this year. That's the only big purchase I'm thinking of. Otherwise, I'm just going to make my apartment look pretty, and well, keep everybody who's still without COVID, and everybody whose families are all still alive and intact without COVID. Keep each other all the same as always, same as original. I guess as next week will be a very busy week, I might put in one online lesson with my Chinese teacher. Mandarin Chinese is almost presentational and already conversational. I think that is because I took Mandarin Chinese lessons in high school and at Harvard, so I'm properly trained in that. I'm gonna give up on speaking Cantonese properly because it's only my mother tongue. I only learned it by talking to my mother, who is not good at she's not able to speak any language properly. And I think it's more important to speak the national language in China, which is what everybody in China speaks, and that's like almost 2 billion people speaking that language. And I can handle it very well because it's like speaking English. The national language in China is taught in America the way English is taught, because every single word is translated as an English alphabet. And so you can speak everything in Mandarin Chinese as if each word were just an English word and you just read it word by word. So I think I should probably try to get a Chinese lesson with my Chinese teacher online, but I'm wondering whether to do it on FaceTime Apple or to do it on Zoom. If you do it on Zoom, she can send me like Chinese words on the chat and we can record it so I can practice after. But if I do it on Apple FaceTime, I feel comfortable talking, and I just bought my new iPad and everything. Or I think there's another one. But yeah, if I can get ideas about that. That's all. Yeah, I'm very sorry that oh yeah, they're so long. But I don't have a lot of makeup on today, and I'm sorry, I have to look straight into my face. But anyways, I hope everybody stays well and everybody stays doing what they do best. And yes. Okay, this has to be definitely under half an hour, under 30 minutes. So I'm going to stop for now, and I will talk again very soon. Just going out to run errands. My clearance points are running out April 30th. That's another date to remember. April 30th. Key fact and figure. You don't get your free points after that. Then I'm gonna run some errands, get some things. Yeah. Okay, talk soon, everybody.